Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Cletus Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show. Again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Cletus Cassidy Show.
Good morning. Welcome to another edition of See You in the Morning. So excited to be in the building again. Just let me know if you can hear me. Send me a thumbs up. Say I can hear you. Something. It's an airport edition today in the airport. So it's gonna be a lot going on, noise and stuff. I'll try to probably get y'all in and get y'all out so that you don't have to be here too long. For those of you first time watching, man, welcome to See You in the Morning. My horrible idea to get up first thing in the morning and put way too much of my personal business on the internet. And just say, go ahead and cancel it. No, I can't cancel the show. You can't. Is all the audio messed up or is your audio messed up? Then there, gotta check your, I'm not clear. Am I translucent? Let's see. Is it clear now? You know, we try to work through technical difficulties with audio. You know how they can be a bit off in the audio department. Oh, there's background noise. Well, there's gonna be noise in the background because I couldn't. As long as it's better for you, Snoop, that's all it is. No, sir, these are original, authentic AirPods right here. These are the real deal. Now, that's one thing you can tell about a person is how clean their AirPod case is. You should always keep an eye on that. I think can tell a lot about a person and what they got going on in their ears. Michelle says, I'm muffled. Well, I don't want to yell because I'm in an airport. Snoop said I could deal with the background. All right, so we'll be in and out. We'll be really, really quick on today's show. We just won't hold y'all long. If it's too much to try to listen, then don't. That'll be the key for today. If it's too much to listen, then just don't. So anyway, I'm excited to be here with y'all. This your first time hearing this. You're about to experience something different than normal because normally it's a little bit clearer and there's all that. But I'm in the airport. Let's do it. You just do a Spike Lee spin on that. The airport. Beautiful job of beautifying. I had shows in New York and New Jersey this weekend, so that was fantastic. But let's get into the show. If this is your first time hearing this, you're about to experience something so cold. If you've been here before, you found it not robbery to come back and watch the show again, man, I appreciate you because you could have been anywhere in the world, but you chose to be here with me. This show can go a lot of directions and usually ends up going left. The only thing that we make sure we do every day is speak to the people that speak to me. So let me make sure I do that. The first three people get the M&M's, the morning mystical medals. So let me get those out. Patricia Pippin this morning with the bronze. Good morning, Patricia. Crystal Italian Tasty Panel with the silver. Good morning, Crystal. And Michelle McKinney this morning with the gold medal. The GM stands for gold medal for Michelle. In fact, I'm going to take my AirPod. Oh, took my AirPod out. Let's see how that sounds. No. All right, I took the AirPod out completely. Let's see how that sounds. But Michelle with the gold, TT, Tiny and Tasty with the silver, Patricia with the bronze, almost getting the medal. Coming in with the aluminum fourth is Franita. Lisa, good morning. My man Snoop, Patricia, Denzel. You didn't say good morning, Denzel, so I don't know if I can speak to you or not. Who else we got? Denzel in the building, Snoop is in the building, and that's it. Nobody else is speaking this morning. So if you're just watching and not speaking, first of all, you're a voyeur. Good morning, Blair. Y'all shout out my girl Blair with the black brand. It's hard to say over and over again. We always got to get stuff, and we don't think about how hard it's going to be for other people to say it. So big ups to Blair. Blair with black brand. Mm-hmm. You know what you work. You know where you work at, Blair. Don't get me started. Melissa Kuther like Luther already out for the summertime, just doing all kinds of summer stuff. Teachers, man, I'm gonna tell you one thing. When once school ends, there's two things that happen with teachers. They start going out and they start drinking. And so Melissa's already been doing both of them, going out, watching movies, drinking. You see a whole different side of teachers in the summer. I remember as a kid, it used to always be a joy to see a teacher in the summer because that was a completely different person than the person you had seen all year. All year long, they've been covered up and all of that. And then all of a sudden in the summer, you realize Miss Smith got pierced nipples. It's crazy. So big shout outs to you, Melissa, for doing it. Blair with black brands. You got to say it really slowly. So big shout outs to all the teachers. So big recap for the weekend, and then I'm going to go and settle in to get on this flight back to the home front. Good morning, Gary. How are you, sir? Started it off. This weekend was busy, but not busy. Busy, but not busy. Saturday had to come up to the great state of New Jersey. I don't know where Old Jersey is. I don't even know if there's a Jersey in England. They came over here and created new land. So there's a New York, there's a New Jersey. I think every state could have been a new, but they just didn't choose to do news in all of them. But anyway, so shows in New Jersey this weekend started off on Saturday. So I got here Saturday. I was supposed to have a show in Manhattan, and here's what happened. I told y'all before about people not knowing how to express bad news to you. So I had a friend of mine who calls me on Saturday. I was supposed to be getting a ride. Of course, I get here, my car pickup is nice, beautiful. Big ups to my man Dylan, Dhillion with Boston Taxi, I think is the name of the country. What's up, B. Al Islar? I saw a video of you and didn't get to see you. I'm all the way here in New Jersey, didn't get to see you. But so the coach service, they sent the car, all of that stuff, get me to my hotel. So I have a show in Manhattan that I was supposed to have done on Saturday night. I was supposed to do a show in Manhattan on Saturday night, but I had some circumstances come up, so I didn't do the show. But I'm going to explain to y'all why I didn't do the show. First of all, I wasn't booked to be on the show. I was just going in to do a guest spot. And instead of doing a guest spot, so the person I'm supposed to be riding to the show calls me, and in typical we don't know how to break bad news fashion, calls me up and say, "Hey, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to go to the show. My child is missing." And I was like, "Wait, let's get back to the root of the problem. Not hey, my child is missing. You just was like, hi, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to make it to the show because my child is missing." So there was a whole lot going through my mind at that time because I was like, okay, if your child is missing, do I need to join the search party or do I need to go get the show and get the money? Because at first I wasn't getting paid to be on that show. I was just going to do a guest spot. So I figured if you can't go because going through a traumatic experience, I could go and get the money that you were getting. Good morning, Eartha. But anyway, the child was found. It's an interesting story. The whole police department was out there. I ended up joining the search party, riding around the neighborhood trying to find the child. Meanwhile, we found the child. The child was asleep behind the couch in the house. So whole police force out, all of those things, and the child was in the house the whole time and didn't even get a beat. I'm just explaining that had that been me in my day, my mama had to call the whole police force. There was going to be a crime. Either the child was going to be missing or abused, one of those two. So the baby was in the house the whole time, just sleep behind the couch. I don't know how the baby got behind the couch, but they did. And I realized that new babies, new parents, ain't like our parents. Our parents would have had a whole attitude. They was out there trying to. They were they were out there offering the baby ice cream afterwards. You do not. You might need to offer the baby an ice pack, but not no ice cream. It was wild. But the police tore the house up looking for the child. That was the first place they started. They looked in the house. I mean, they flipping tables, looking in cabinets. They looked everywhere except behind the couch because that's where the baby was. I mean, they yelling, saying her name, all that. Baby was just asleep. Had a rough day. Had been in the pool all day. So I don't know. So after such an experience, I was emotionally distraught, and I decided not to do the show in Manhattan. Led me to do two shows on Sunday. This is Saturday. I had two shows on Saturday. On Sunday, started off with my man Pastor Shy. Big ups to Pastor Shy and World Outreach Christian Center. Big shout outs to them. I'm looking. They got a situation over. There's a lot of police. Oh, looks like a medical emergency. Take it back. So big shout outs to Pastor Shy. Pastor Shy is really testing Christianity. If you are a member of Pastor Shy's church and you go to church, you really know the Lord because their church service starts at 7:30. And I wasn't ready. Matter of fact, the Lord wasn't even there yet. And that's how early their church service started. But so they started at 7:30. So big shout outs to Pastor Shy for having me come perform in his church. Knocked that out. Went back to the hotel, lay down for a little while. Then I had the big show that I was there for. All the other shows were just shows like people knew I was in town, so they added me to their shows. So the big show that I was there, man, big shout out to Agape Family Worship Center Christian Church. Gibby. Big shout out to Agape and Pastor Powell. Pastor Powell was celebrating his 60th birthday and his 35th birthday in ministry. So he had myself performing comedy, and then they had the big dogs. My man Israel Halton came through, and Kurt Carr came through with the Kurt Carr Singers. And when I tell you that concert was free, people got to come in, just enjoy it for free. Israel Halton killed it. Man, Kurt Carr and the Kurt Carr Singers. Listen, I don't know. Let me be honest with you. A lot of y'all got praise teams, and y'all feel like y'all praise team is pretty good. Kurt Carr had 6 singers with him. It sounded like 6,000. He had 6 singers with him. It sounded like 6,000. It was phenomenal. I seen Ty Tribbett do the same thing. Not Kirk. That's a different person. Kurt Franklin. I don't want to say that, Lakeisha. It was Kurt Carr. Kurt Carr came through. His singers was off the chains. And so the show was supposed to be over at one time, but because you had 2 praise and worship artists, and it was a Negro church. And so they went on and on. They were Erykah Badu in there, on and on and on and on. Then they had an after party, and I just did a walkthrough at the after party. Good morning, Delisa. I just did a walkthrough at the after party. Didn't stay long, and now I'm back on my way back on the road. So that's how my weekend went. Big shout outs, man. If y'all look at my page, y'all see a picture where I did a show in 2009 with Israel, and a show yesterday with Israel. Israel looks younger. I look fatter. Israel looked younger. I was much, much fatter. Much, much fatter. But they did it. So the show was great. I insulted some people. And as always, I think I crossed the line on comedy that you should do in church. Sometimes I wonder why the churches, shy away from inviting me. Because you know that I'm probably going to get in church and talk about my gonads. I definitely did a joke about my package. I definitely told a joke about my dangling participle. Right from the pulpit. It was all kinds of pastors there, preachers, ministers, everybody. Good morning, April. And I definitely talked about my lower regions.
A lot of people won't talk about their balls in church, but I was there. My balls were in church. Why can't I talk about them? Listen, eh, listen. If my balls came to church with me, I'm allowed to talk about them in the church. And so I definitely, yep, Gary, I definitely did. Dog, I texted you earlier, Snoop, about the football tee, and you didn't hit me back. So yeah, so definitely had some ball talk from the pulpit. That was great. I gave a stellar performance though. I'm trying to get stoned right. Well, he without balls cast the first stone. Is all I'm saying. He without balls. So that was cool. That was quite an adventure. Got to hang out a little bit in my hotel. Was proud of myself because I did work out each day. I went down to the gym each day. I have realized now that I'm Lord of the Rings. Nothing in my life goes right if I don't close all three of my Apple rings. If I don't close, I text you this morning, Snoop. No matter about you partying in Charlotte. Bet you there were balls involved down there, y'all. But anyway, outside of that, man, I'm back on the flight, getting ready to come home. To have life don't stop. Like I got to get back home and take my daughter to work. That's exactly what I got to do. Like I got to get on a flight, get back home, take my daughter to work. Like the people don't care about your life. Like people be like, oh, it must be luxurious to be flying all over the country for work. No, I got to come home and do stuff. Like I have no break. I got to really get back home and take my daughter to work. So I'm praying for no delays on my flight and all that kind of stuff. Praying my flight runs through and all that. All right. Any questions? Any comments? Any concerns? What reaction did I get about the ball talk? Man, listen, they was weak. They was weak because it was balls in church, and there's been people who've been around balls. This the whole thing. People be tiptoeing around stuff in the church. People that go to church got balls. It's people in there all the time with balls in every church in America. It's people in there that have gotten balls, fondled balls. It's been a ball play. So I now say, let the balls be there. From the windows to the walls, to the sweat drips down and falls. So big shout outs. I'm gonna do a general, man, because I don't do a whole lot of stuff on online general prayer plus. But right before I went on stage, because you know your family don't care. Right before I went on stage, one of my aunts called me to tell me that that my cousin, who had already been going through some stuff, had already had a stroke and some heart issues and things of that nature, had another medical emergency, and um, and things didn't look very good for him. So she told me that right before I go on stage, she goes and gives me all the bad news. Black people don't like to ask you what you're doing first. She just went right on in with the bad news. She just told me all the bad news. She's like, he's not looking good. He's going through a lot. And, he's on the ropes. And she's like, so what are you doing? I was like, about to go on stage. She's like, oh, my fault, baby. Had I known, I wouldn't have said nothing. Well, you would have known had you asked. You didn't ask. He just went out there and just hit me with bad news off the top. So shout out, please keep my family in prayer, man. That my cousin pulls through this thing, man, because he's too young not to. Listen, we all are in the library of life, man, and sometimes it's time to check out, but not yet. Not yet. Let that man continue reading, is my hope. So that's that. And I am emotional about it, but I've been holding it back because it's one of my cousins that I'm pretty tight with. So cousins, more like brothers. We spent some time. We lived together for a little while. Um, if you've ever heard me talk about when my educational experiences when I went to alternative school when I was in junior high, he was already in alternative school, and he's my cousin that wouldn't bust a grape in a fruit fight. But once he realized that, because alternative school back then was nothing but jail. It was just pretty much uh, prison, high school. And so when I was going, he was already there. He had to be quiet because he ain't had no backup. But once he found out his cousin was there, he started talking trash to all the killers, and but he want a fighter though. He can't fight. That was the problem. He can't fight at all. And so he was talking trash to the killers, and then I had to help because he was my cousin. Like, I live with you. We catch the bus from the same house. So now I got to figure out a way to protect my cousin, and now I got beef with people that I don't even know. Now I got beef with the killers because you was running your mouth, and so I need him to stay a while for a long time. Not because I don't want to, let him get to heaven first, and then he'll be up there starting trash with the angels. I ain't got time. I can't fight this one for him. So right, he need to be a fighter now. He need to learn how to fight at this point. So hopefully that's what he's doing. And the fact that he's far away from home, he's in Seattle, so I might be catching a flight out there in the next couple of days. So we might be doing this airport thing again. But so that's that, y'all. So y'all show to pray up. I didn't put his HIPAA violations out there to let y'all know what's going on. But just let them know, man. Y'all pray for my cousin. All right, one more Spike Lee spin. And then I'm getting ready to get out of here, man. If we can master our Monday, then the rest of the week knows it has no choice but to bow down. So we're making the rest of the week bow down by having a fantastic Monday. Make sure y'all make somebody feel good today, even if that somebody just happens to be you. The Leafs of the Chicago Sky did beat my Indiana Fever, but you do know the Fever have won 2 of the games, and they stole that game yesterday. So we out, man. We're going to have a fantastic time this week. Make somebody feel good, even if somebody just happens to be you. I'm getting ready to get out of here just because it's about time for me to. All right? Love y'all, man. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We'll do this again on tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.
Kick your shoes off, take a load off. Don't go nowhere till the show's off. Oh, you know it's gonna be a movie when you got Clayton Cassidy on your TV. Yeah, already know Mr. Funny Man. Coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off on the radio, now we got the Clayton Cassidy Show. Funny Man, coming to you and making you laugh again. Started off